Good morning, Year 7. Today we're going to do Staging the Tempest. We're going to design a set or a mood board for the theatre. So we are doing more creative work this week after all your hard work last week. So you'll have a choice at the end of this lesson whether to make a drawing of your set design or a mood board. The purpose of your work is to capture the energy and atmosphere of the opening storm scene of the Tempest. So, what's the purpose of set design? Every theatre employs designers to make their vision of the play become more real and visual by creating a solid world on the stage via props and scenery, lighting, music and special effects. Sets can be abstract, minimal, cluttered, multicoloured or plain, or whatever you can imagine. Designers think very carefully about the materials and colours they use, as these have a strong impact on the audience and help convey the core ideas of the play. If you look at the picture to the right, this is a set design for the Tempest, and it's very stylised. It's got strong blue light, which represents the being underwater, and there's a sunken ship. There's also an eerie looking mask of a face with blank eyes, suggesting the magical and scary aspects of the play. Attached is a short video clip showing a theatre designer creating a set for the Tempest out of recycling, perhaps like the rubbish swept up onto beaches. So have a click on that and watch that, and then have a think, is this effective and why? Right, here is 4 different set designs for the Tempest. Which design do you like the most? So look at the props, the scenery, the colours, and then you think which is the most powerful. So A, you've got a sort of stage in the middle of the scene of a sort of island, and there's a backdrop which looks projected of sort of waves and sea. So that's quite a simple set. In B, we've got this sort of cave in the middle, which is probably Prospero's den, and you've got lots of ropes with sort of sea type things hanging off them to give the nautical side to it, and you've got a sort of sandy type shore. Can you see there's different levels? You've got the flat of the stage, you've got steps, and then you've got the raised den of Prospero. And I'd say to the right, it looks like that might be Caliban's cave behind those brown bits of material. C is very different. We've got lots of bluey and pinky colours, so perhaps that underwater feel again and magical feel, and lots and lots and lots of different things. It's a very crowded scene. And the final scene, we've got this big sweeping design, which is reminiscent of a sail, it's reminiscent of the inside of a boat. So which one do you like most? Why? Did you know? So special effects in Shakespeare's days. Playwrights in Shakespeare's time mostly used language to describe special effects. But acting companies could also produce very dramatic effects on stage. Thunder sounds could be made by beating drums or using a thunder machine. This is a wooden box balanced like a seesaw containing a cannonball, which rolled from one end to the other, making a thundering noise. Lightning flashes were made by throwing powder made from resin into a candle flame. It lit with a flash. A lightning bolt was made by attaching a firecracker to a wire fixed to the roof. When lit, the cracker would shoot to the bottom of the wire, making sparks all the way down. Special effects go wrong. During a performance of Henry V on the 29th of June 1613, the Globe Theatre burnt to the ground within 1 hour. Some small cannon had been fired, and a burning piece of wadding caught in the thatched roof and set fire to the theatre. So before you design your set, we need to think about the scene. So we've got here the script, and we're going to pick out keywords. So we're going to study Ariel's description of the storm he created and how he scared everyone on board the ships. The text in red shows what Ariel did. The text in blue shows how the sailors and the noblemen reacted to the storm. The second column of text is the modern translation of Shakespeare's text, which is in the first column. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to read out the Shakespearean version. Prospero says, "Hast thou spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?" Ariel, "To every article. I boarded the king's ship, now on the beak, now in the waist, the deck, in every cabin, I flamed amazement. Sometime I'd divide and burn in many places. On the topmast, the yards and bowsprit would I flame distinctly, then meet and join. Joe's lightning, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary, and sout outrunning were not. The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread tyrant shake. My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant, that this coil would not infect his reason. Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad, and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine, and quit the vessel, then all afire with me. The king's son, Ferdinand, with hair up staring, then, like reeds not hair, was the first man that leaped, cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here." Okay, so that's the Shakespearean version. If you found that a bit difficult to follow, you can read the text in the blue column, which is the modern version. So you need to pick out details because this will give you the mood. I put in red and blue the keywords, and I picked out some below. So these keywords in the play show what mood you need to create for your set or mood board. And these are the words: thunderclaps, lightning, flamed, amazement, dreadful, desperation, besiege, which means attack, tremble, hell, fever, tricks, mad. So when you're designing your mood board or your set, think about those words and how you're going to convey the ideas shown in those words. So, stage design. What are the elements of stage design that we need to think about? So when you're planning your set or mood board, you need to decide what atmosphere you wish to create: frightening, magnificent, magical, spooky, as we've already discussed. Next, you'll decide how to use the following design elements: scenery and props, lighting, music, sound effects, costumes, special effects. You could use film, you could use multimedia, you can project things. So to help you bring all this together, watch this trailer of a 2017 production of The Tempest to see how they've used all the different elements, and perhaps you can borrow some ideas for your project. So there's the link. So go to that link and have a look at that trailer. It's about 2 minutes long. Over to you. You're now ready to get creative. You'll need paper, pen, glue, bits and pieces, your PC, etc., whatever you need. Write the title, Staging the Tempest, and the date, 6th of July 2020. Please underline your titles. I want you to add labels to your work to explain your ideas when you've done it, so remember that. If you're making a set design, you can print out the attached template on the next slide, and I've attached a document, or you can just draw it directly into your book or on paper. For ideas about how to make a mood board, look at slide 10. You can pin and glue things to your board or just draw them. So here is the stage design, so you can either draw that or print that out. And here are some ideas about mood boards. So mood board is when you gather and collect different things. You're looking at colour, you're looking at costume. I like the one on the side to the right with fire. So you can see here you've got a collection of different reds and yellows. You've got some words like flames, heat, burn, sparks. So that's a mood board of fire. So mood boards visually illustrate the direction a new idea or concept can take. A mood board is used to collect ideas, photos, fabrics, colours, and help generate concepts on a specific style. So choose which one you're going to do and then have fun making your mood board or designing your set. Thank you very much.